Hello, context traders. Today is April 21st, 2025, and I wanted to go over with you a few of the trades I was looking at this morning. Now, full disclosure on today's trading session, I knew I had a very short morning, had a limited window of trading to work with, so I came in with a very aggressive mindset. So keep that in mind whenever I go over these first few trades. Now, what would we do here in the morning? We see we have a gap down situation. Anytime we have a gap situation, I am looking to see, are we going to get a gap and snap or a gap and go? Now we gap down. It's a pretty good gap. It's not a position 3 gap. It's not a giant gap. It's more what I would classify as a position 2 gap, which does sometimes leave me, to be perfectly honest, a little bit in limbo. My general tendency is always to see if we're going to get a little bit of a gap fill initially in that morning. And so, what do I do for that gap play? I always go to my 24-hour chart. I pull up the futures chart. We look here what's going on as we're coming into the open. We're seeing a move back above the 21. This is a 1 minute chart on the 24-hour session. Okay. And so we're coming up. We see this moving up into the open. And I'm looking to see if we're going to get that gap and snap back. So we immediately push up first minute. This bar pulls back, bounces off of a 200. I clicked in on this bar here, second minute. It rises up, starts to make a higher high. That's great. Pulls back into the same area, snaps up again. We don't get any follow through here. I'm starting to get a little concerned. Okay. This really, if it's going to go and we're going to make a run, get up here into these moving averages, if we're going to clear out some of this gap, it usually needs to happen pretty quickly. Otherwise, price is going to want to come back down and probably form more of that H pattern situation for us. Okay. So what I did here is I got in. Okay, we snapped up. We didn't raise higher. We pulled back. I did hold since we did not break below my entry point. It went up again, failed to get higher, and I just killed the trade. So at this point, no follow through. I often only wait for 2 minutes, no follow through in the first 10 minutes. Here we're looking at 3-4 minutes, no follow through. I'm out. I closed this trade. I netted about 25-30 cents of price action. So just a little bit above break even, no harm there, but not the rip that I was hoping to see right into the open. So now my bias has switched to puts at this point because I'm thinking now we have these overhead moving averages dropping down on top of us. I'm looking for puts. There are a couple of opportunities here. You could take a quick snap that I'll go over, but I'm definitely more put biased at this point. In fact, this would have been a nice put entry, but I missed it because I was getting out of this failed attempt to blast off on a call. So we come in, we fail, we drop lower, this comes back up, we retest underneath the opening 1 minute range. So I grabbed this put here as we are moving in. This is the 943 Eastern bar. As we're falling down, opening, I grabbed this put. I see an overhead 10, overhead 21. We're retesting underneath this opening 1 minute range, right? We're retesting underneath, right? We're under the 10 and the 21, 50, everything are in alignment on the 5, the 2, and the 1, okay? So I got in this put, we came down, we did make a low of the day. Immediately, though, we start pushing back up into the range. In fact, I almost considered flipping to calls here because we had this nice H pattern with a rocket bar entry, color canceling out. Or I guess it wasn't a color cancel, but because this turned into a green bar. But as it was pushing higher here, this could have been a nice quick dollar move up. I did not again take that because I was taking the put into that range. So I did not flip over to that one quick enough. But I did get a dollar on this drop here into this range. Still very put biased at this point though, unless I see this price rip and to start slicing through these moving averages and pull back. then I would take a call. But right now, I'm put biased until proven otherwise. So we come up, we crash into that 21. We retest that exact same area. We got 1, 2, 3 minutes, no follow through. As this one is dropping through here, I clicked in that 437.60 area. And again, I'm targeting low of day. And so as we're moving into low of day, we see this little bit of a C type retrace as we're smaller bar, but we're coming into that low of day. So I'm hovering over the close button right here. Right? To be honest with you, I'm hovering because if I see another rocket bar push down and start canceling out the color the other way, I'm gonna exit that trade and look to reparticipate higher. But we did slice through. We held underneath that 10, and then bam, just money printer straight down. We got this rocket bar here. I'm feeling like we got a little bit of a nice impulse, probably going to get a corrective push back. And we did get this rocket bar up, and I closed right here. So it came down again and did a bit more of a flat-ish retrace before dropping. That's fine. I don't need this, right? I made my money here. No need to hold out for this little bit of additional gain in case this thing comes right back into the moving averages. So I'm out here, a little over $3. Perfect, nice. And I called it quits right there. So I made a little over $4 total price action in the first 30 minutes today. And that was it for me. But I would like to at least go over what else I saw when I came back to the charts. Full disclosure, did not take any of these trades. This is pure hindsight quarterbacking here. But a couple things that I really did like that I wanted to highlight. Probably my favorite setup of the morning session was right in here. And so we saw this bounce push right here from the 1019 Eastern up into that 1040, 42 area. We saw this price gravitating up, failed, came back down, did not get lower, right? It held, came back up, failed, did not get lower, came back up, failed again, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attempts to go higher. Can't get higher, but we're still holding this area. We finally get that impulse down, boom, crashes through that area, snaps back up. Now I'm thinking, okay, if this swept these lows here, if this was able to generate liquidity, this should slice through and be able to at least take out one of these, if not both of these guys. Because it did not, because it came up and failed again here at the moving averages and started to drop down, I'm thinking this is going to be another extension to the downside. So I would have taken this one on this candle as it's falling back below the 21 and crashing into that 10, expecting again to get back into this area. And then I'll play it bar by bar when it gets to this zone. We drop lower, we pull back, we retest right underneath that area again. So here's a second chance entry, right? So you could get in here, here, or here for this retest underneath. This is a classic break and retest under. And you have this just nice, just sell off. So this is my favorite trade setup of the day right here. Again, I did not take this, so I'm not going to pretend I did. And then the other trade that I really liked was actually this end of day. And so what I wanted to show you is this beautiful trend line extension um, that I was looking at. And while I was a little disappointed, I had to leave the trading station today because I saw this nice strong move down. And I was thinking at some point today, we were going to get down into this area. And look what happened. So we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it didn't get there on this leg. Not going to say I would have held out through all of this to get to that zone, but I was thinking that there was a chance that we would target somewhere down in this area. And so because we extended down into this bottom zone, we came out of it, pulled back. Now, this trade right in here is beautiful, right? We have this macro H pattern 5-minute chart. We got below the moving averages, but we're closing that gap. All right. They're not, see how the angle of these moving averages is starting to soften, right? We're starting to curl back up. Look at our 2-minute chart. Same thing. We come down, come up, come down. If you could catch this right here, do you see this little bar? I love these little 2-minute rocket bars right here. This is telling me, hey, we're trying to go lower, we're trying to go lower, we can't get there. So we 1, 2, 3 down, push back up. Might have got in here. Again, I didn't take this trade, so I can't say if I would have taken this in real time. I'd have to be watching how the price bars are moving. This looks like one of the entries I like to take, though. I like a color cancels color after a rocket bar on a 2-minute chart. But definitely, even if you miss this because you're concerned that we're going to drop lower, boom! See this giant 2-minute bar clear the moving averages, right? You could still get in this trade in power, no problem whatsoever. You power up. So if you don't catch this optimal entry, power up clears the moving averages. You could catch this one for 1, 2, 3, and you could ride this clear into the bell if you want it, right? So we're seeing this wide state. What do we like to do when we come out of that wide state? We like to close the circuit. We go from 21 to 200. All right. So some beautiful trades in here today. Um, I know some people struggle with directional days, trying to catch every reversal. Remember, whenever you have these moving averages so aggressively pointed down, we really only want to take counter directional trade. We only want those mean reversions when we see good separation, good displacement away from the moving averages. We need to see them move away and then snap back, right? Move away, then snap back. If you're trying to catch these trades to clear the moving averages, you're just going to get eaten alive, right? This one here, I don't care if this works, right? This H pattern here, I want to see this clear displace test on top and then go. These are lunch eating setups here whenever we're in this strong move to the downside. We want to wait, let the market prove it to you before you jump in those trades. All right. I hope that helps. Remember, everyone, I'm not here to tell you how to trade. I'm only telling you how I like to trade. And I hope that is helpful to some of you. And I wish you a blessed rest of your day. Until next time, see you then.